Welcome to part 2 of PACE production, where we will discuss the difference between regular and random tasks and how to use them to track your activities throughout your shift. A regular task relates directly to the processing of a project, for example, prep, scan, or QC. A random task is more general, such as a team meeting or an administrative duty. We will start by looking at the regular tasks. In order to start a regular task, you would go to the View Tasks tab and look under the available tasks. In this scenario, our manager has asked us to start scanning the remaining boxes of documents for our customer, My Favorite Company. You can see all the customers and projects listed here, and it's a bit overwhelming. So let's choose from the drop-down menus to find what we need. So our customer is My Favorite Company. Our project is called Building Files. And we are only interested in seeing the scan task right now. We're going to leave it as any due date because we just want to see what's in there for Building Files scan. We want to see everything. So here we are. Here's all the options for My Favorite Company, Building Files, the scan task. Our manager has instructed us to scan the remaining boxes in batch 46 in sequential order. So we can see batches 46 and 47 here, and we can see the container numbers. So each column has a filter, and since we don't need to see all of the batches here, we don't want to get confused and grab the wrong one or log the wrong one. So we're going to use the filter here in the batch column and only look at boxes or containers in batch 46. All right, so I have now gone and gotten container number 5, and I am at my scanner and I am ready to go ahead and scan. So I will hit the start button. Because I have never scanned for this particular project before, the system is prompting me to review the work instructions. After I have done this, I can confirm. And now I can start the task. The task I'm working on will show at the top of the screen. The Review button is if I want to reference the work instructions at any time during the task. The Print button is if I need to print a copy of the transmittal sheet with the barcode. This sheet can be set up to generate when creating a batch in the system. If there is a Google Doc or some other document you need to access for this job, it would be available by selecting the External Links button. We are done working on this task for the day. We have gotten about 80% through the box. We're going to go ahead and hit Finish, which means that we are finished working on the task, but not that the task is actually completed. When you get to this screen, you'll have the option to check the Task Completed box. In this case, we are not going to check the box because we have only gotten 80% through. We want this task to show up on the list for the next person to be able to log into it and work. You may enter comments at this point if you need to, any general information about this job, or you can enter comments about the batch or comments about the step or container that you're on. We will go ahead and finish task to get out of that. You can see that batch 46 container 5 has shown back up on the list so that someone else can continue the task. Now let's see what would happen if we had actually completed this task. We're going to go in and start it. And then you can see it's on the screen in process. And we're going to go finish. But this time we're going to hit the task completed box and see what happens. So you can see we're now asking for some metrics. So you're going to enter these metrics. You're going to get the details from your scanner. So how many documents have we scanned? And then how many images? We use image 300 to specify the type of image, but yours might say just images or something like that. So we're going to say it was 1,000 images that we got off of our scanner. We had 2 images per document. And then scan station, we actually name our scan stations and then refer to them by the first letter. So this is scan station G. And then we don't need to enter any comments or anything at this time. Everything went just as expected, so we can hit Finish Task. All right, we have now successfully completed our scan task for container 46-5, and it has disappeared from the list because it is ready for the next step. A random task is a task that is not a processing step in a project. For example, a team meeting, a check-in with your supervisor, or making the weekly schedule would all be considered random tasks. These will be set up unique to your company, but here is an example of what a random task might look like. In this case, we are looking to log in for a team meeting under Service Bureau. In this scenario, Service Bureau is the company where we work, and they will be tracking the time we spend in team meetings. Since we have used this task before, we will not be required to confirm the work instructions before we start. The random task shows at the top of our screen, just like the other tasks did. When you are ready to mark the task finished, just select the Finish button. Random tasks do not have a button to check for completion, like the regular tasks do. Just select the Finish button.